Good afternoon. Welcome to the Senate Committee on Education. Today is Wednesday, March 13th, 2024, 3 o'clock p.m., and we are in hearing room 229. This meeting, including the audio and video of remote participants, is being streamed live on YouTube. You will find links to viewing options for all Senate meetings on the live and on-demand video page of the legislature's website. This Zoom meeting and YouTube live stream event will include the 3 o'clock p.m. agenda for this Committee on Education. In the unlikely event that we must abruptly end this hearing due to major technical difficulties, the committee will reconvene to discuss any outstanding business on Friday, March 15, 2024 at 3:01 p.m. in room 229, and a public notice will be posted on the legislature's website. I'd like to take this time to remind our testifiers that due to time restrictions on our hearings, we will be limiting testimony to 1 minute per testifier per bill. For people participating remotely, please remain muted and video disabled until shortly before it is your turn to testify. When I call your name, unmute yourself and your time will begin. After your minute is completed, staff will mute you so that we can move this hearing along in an orderly and efficient manner. Members, please hold any questions until testimony on all measures is heard. Thank you. And we will begin with item House Bill 2242 HD2 relating to education. And this appropriates funds for full-time equivalent career foundations certificate program teachers for McKinley Community School for Adults. House Bill 2242. And so this bill appropriates funds for 4 full-time equivalent career foundation certificate program teachers for the McKinley Community School for Adults. Let's see. Okay, so to testify, do we have anyone here to testify? Kitayashi? Yeah, so someone here for Keith?
Yes.
Please.
Aloha Chair Kidani and members of the committee. I'm Terry Ushijima testifying on behalf of the Department of Education. The department stands on its written testimony, which provides comments on this measure. Thank you for the opportunity to testify on this bill.
So Terry, can you come forward, please? So can you provide the committee, for the sake of the audience, DOE's testimony? You're in support of the bill, but...
Yes, we're in support of having the additional personnel for the community schools. However, our testimony is comments because we're following some guidance from the Ways and Means Committee as well as the Department of Budget and Finance, and this wasn't included as part of the governor's budget.
Okay, and do you know what that amount was?
$380,000 for 4 positions.
Senator Richards, do you have any questions?
No.
Thank you, Terry.
Thank you.
Okay. Is there anyone else here to testify on this measure? Osatui, please.
Aloha, Chair, Senator Osatui, HSTA President. I just wanted to mention that the House Draft 2, I believe, blanked out the position. So if you can restore it back to 4, that would be greatly appreciated.
Who blanked it out?
Finance, House Finance.
In House Finance?
Yeah.
Thank you. Anyone else here to testify on this space area? Okay. Senator, any questions?
Nope, all good.
Thank you. Moving on to item number 2, House Bill 2074 HD2 Kayapuni positions. This is for a total of 13 positions, 3 full-time equivalent curriculum specialists and 10 full-time equivalent classroom teachers for a cost of $1.445 million. Okay. To testify, Keopu released.
Aloha Chair, Senator Richards. Keopu Relitz, I'm the Director of Advocacy with the Office of Hawaiian Affairs, and we stand in strong support of this measure. We just want to note that being able to support the growth of Kayapuni is important, not just for the language, which is vital for our Hawaiian people, but is also vital for the state's obligations to Native Hawaiians. Mahalo, and we're here to answer any questions. Mahalo.
Thank you. Next to testify, Felicia Villalobos.
Good afternoon, Chair Kanani and Senator Richards. My name is Felicia Villalobos. I'm the Executive Director for the Hawaii Teacher Standards Board. Speaking on behalf of the board, we submitted written testimony in strong support of HB 2074 HD2, and we stand on a written testimony. I just would like to add that OHE has been and continues to be a great partner with HTSB. We continue to utilize their expertise when it comes to teacher licensure in the Hawaiian license fields. I'd also like to add that HTSB is looking to develop teacher apprenticeship pathways for Hawaiian language immersion or Kaipuni teachers. And the support and knowledge from OHE is going to play a vital role in building that pathway. We appreciate the committee's consideration of funding OHE's positions. Thank you.
Thank you, Felicia. Osa, did you have testimony, please?
Well, Chair, Senator Osatui, HSTA President. Same thing with this one, House Finance blanked out positions. So we would really appreciate if you could restore the 10 classroom positions and the 3 specialist positions. They're vitally important as we continue to grow our Kayapuni throughout the state. Mahalo.
Thank you, Osa. Next to testify, Kyle Nakatsuka.
Aloha nui kako. My name is Kyle Kolomona Nakatsuka. I think that you may have heard from me already. I am a former Kumukula Kayapuni Hawaiian American teacher. I was a science teacher at Kikulo Kamakau and Kikulo Kayapuni o Anuenue. I am here to remind you about some of the testimony I gave the last time when the Senate bill version of this bill went through this committee. And at the time, I talked about the unique challenges that Kumukula Kayapuni face in these small schools. When I was a science teacher, I was in charge of all of 7th to 12th grade science. I was also a part-time teacher at Kikulo Kayapuni o Anuenue, where the one science teacher was in charge of all of high school science. So that's all the subjects: biology, chemistry, plants and animals of Hawaii, and physics. These are burdens that other kumu at any other school, any ordinary school, don't face. So you might have a science teacher for biology and a separate science teacher for chemistry. These teachers can share curriculum materials, talk about their challenges and things. Kumukula Kayapuni, Hawaiian American school teachers, do not have that luxury. And as the kumu there, I had such a hard time because of that. And perhaps that's part of the reason I'm not teaching anymore. But I'm also here just to urge you, so beyond, this is ordinarily something that I think would be very urgent and important to pass. But I think I want to urge you to pass it this year because, as noted in the committee notes from the House Finance Committee, the funding for these 13 positions that was previously federally funded through pandemic era funds will disappear. That's 13 positions that'll disappear, 13 kumu who will no longer have jobs. And if they find other jobs at the many other options they have, they might move to Kamehameha, they might move to many other things. I mean, if they, like me, move to the military, they might find that they can make more than they ever would have made as a teacher. And with the loss of that, that's the loss of so many jobs, so many kumu, so much training that went into building up these kumu. So please do not let this pass. I know there's so many other urgent needs, but you know, I've been sitting in the hearings for all of the other ones. There's so many bills that I want to support myself. Despite that, I think that this should be made a priority. This is something that needs to pass this session. Mahalo nui for your support. Mahalo nui for passing the other version of the bill unanimously last time. I ask that you please make all of the whatever concessions, whatever compromises need to be made to pass this bill this session. Mahalo nui.
Thank you, Kyle. Is there anyone else here wishing to testify on this measure?
Aloha, Chair and Senator. Kau'i Sang with the Hawai'i Department of Education, Office of Hawaiian Education. We apologize that our testimony was submitted late. Excuse me. The department stands in support of this bill and is available if you have any questions. Mahalo.
Do we have her testimony? Is there anyone else here wishing to testify on this matter? So, are you saying that the department does not have the funds or did not fund it?
For the 10 positions that we're asking for, those are school level positions that the department has either intends to fill because we have new schools or has been funding through other sources based on the growth that we've experienced. There are 3 educational specialist positions that were funded using ESSER monies, which will end in June. And so we want to be able to sustain those positions as well, particularly as we look forward to the work that we have ahead of us in working on one of the action items that is established in the department's strategic implementation plan.
So I'm Tammy Chun, Deputy Superintendent. I just want to add that these positions were requests in the Board of Education approved department budget. The teacher positions are included in the House budget. So in HB 1800, HD 1, they did include the 10 teacher positions.
Do you know what the amount was, Tammy?
It's about 1.1 million.
We can get the exact amount.
Okay, thank you. Any questions? No. Thank you. Okay. Moving on to House Bill 1903, HD1, relating to early learning. This expands the access of early learning programs to other state properties and public lands besides using public school campuses. Do we have anyone here to testify on this measure?
I'm sorry if you don't have my testimony. Hi, Chair Kirani and Senator Richards. I'm Yuko Arikawa Cross, Director of the Executive Office on Early Learning. Thank you so much for hearing this measure. We stand in strong support of this bill. The intention of this bill is to expand current pre-plus model to also apply to existing underutilized spaces on other public properties in addition to what currently exists on Department of Education campuses. This measure has no fiscal request, nor requires any operational funding, as it would provide EOEL the authority to contract early learning services on existing underutilized spaces. Thank you for the opportunity to testify.
Yuko, so how many more classroom spaces are you guys looking for?
So we're not necessarily looking for something, we just want to have the ability. So when we look at different communities that have different needs, depending on population or the amount of seats compared to the population, then maybe we can take a look at spaces that might be in different areas and see if we can contract out for a provider in those spaces.
Correct, but at any given time, that could be different. You might have it, they might have it available today, but if you wait 3 months from now, it may not be available. So this is kind of something that you have to keep track of all the time.
Yes, absolutely. So we do, because our community shifts as well, and according to where people are looking for early learning and care.
Okay. Questions on this?
Yeah. Is this dovetailing with what the Lieutenant Governor is her initiative for early childhood?
Yeah, so one of the things that that has come up to EOEL is that there are a lot of people who are looking for spaces to operate in terms of community-based providers. And so right now, EOEL currently contracts out through what we call Pre-Plus contract. It's designated spaces on DOE campuses. And so what we're thinking about is if we have the capability of contracting out, so right now Head Start grantees utilize those spaces on DOE campuses. But we also know that there are other underutilized spaces, and if EOEL has the capacity to be able to do that on DOE campuses, could we also do that on other vacant properties to help people look for spaces to operate?
Okay. Thanks, Chair.
So this bill would give you the opportunity to go out and look at those spaces.
Yes, and then negotiate with whoever it is that owns the land, because there's a lot of different people that own land, and see if the spaces, of course, we'd have to work with Department of Human Services because the sites need to be licensable.
So, but are you only looking at state properties so that you don't have to pay rent, or?
We're looking at all kinds of vacant properties. So it could be city and county, it could be state, and even within the state, there's different, I would call it like portfolio holders within the state. And so we'd have to work within their guidelines and see if they would be amenable to actually hosting contracts on their campuses or properties.
Okay, but you don't have the revenues to rent the spaces? So you're looking at spaces that you can do rent-free? Is that correct?
Not necessarily rent-free. So right now, the Pre-Plus contracts, they do ask the people who are occupying the space to take care of the space, to be able to clean the space, to be able to pay for utilities for the space. So I wouldn't say it's necessarily free.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Anyone else here wishing to testify on this measure? Sherry?
I'm Sherry Nakamura from Haiti Coalition. We just stand on our testimony and support.
Thank you, Sherry. Keoku? Thank you. Anyone else here? Thank you. Thank you. Anyone else? Thank you. If there are no more questions, we will move on to next item. This is House Bill 2620 relating to the Department of Education procurement, exempts DOE from purchases of local edible produce and packaged food products less than a certain amount from the electronic procurement system requirement, requires at least 3 written quotes from DOE, purchases of local edible produce and packaged food products between certain amounts. Is there anyone here to testify on this measure? Ms. Audrey?
Good afternoon, Chair and Senator Richards. Audrey Downo, Interim Assistant Superintendent. We are in support of the measure, and we'll be here if there's any questions or comments.
Okay, so this is for products that are less than $100,000.
Right. I'll have Lindsay, the Director for Food Services, she can confirm.
Hello, Chair. Senator Richards. Yes, so this would be to allow us to procure up to or less than $100,000 for certain products, such as for our monthly meal events and whatnot, for products that are not on a formal bid solicitation.
Okay, members, questions?
Chair,
Yes.
Brian Miyamoto in the back, I think he wants to testify.
Chair, Brian Miyamoto here on behalf of the Hawaii Farm Bureau. We did submit testimony. If you don't have it, we'll make sure you get it. Chair, but we do stand on our written testimony in support.
Thank you, Brian. Yeah, I do not have that testimony. Further questions? Thank you.
It's good.
Yeah, of course.
Did you have a question, Phil?
Oh, well, no, I was just thinking through, I think this will help streamline things, which government is not real good at sometimes, so I think it's a good deal. Thank you.
Thank
Try
you.
hard.
Thank you. Good luck, Audrey. Okay, moving along. The last item on our agenda is House Bill 2683 HD1 relating to access to learning, repeals the sunset date for the exemption of laboratory school programs of the Hawaiian Language College at the University of Hawaii at Hilo from state English medium standards, assessments, performance ratings, staff qualifications, and staff training requirements. Is there anyone here to testify on this measure?
Aloha winala, Chair Kidani, me ke Kenekua o Tim Richards. Aloha nui kako. I'm Ka'u Kimura on behalf of the University of Hawaii. I first of all want to mahalo you for hearing the Senate version of this bill and passing that out, and for scheduling this hearing of the House version. We mahalo your time and consideration of this bill. I'm available for questions if you have any. Mahalo nui.
Thank you very much, Ka'u. Yuko Arikawa Cross.
We stand on our written testimony and support.
Thank you, Yuko. Keopu Relitz.
We stand on our written testimony and support.
Thank you. Sherry Nakamura.
We stand on our testimony and support.
Thank you. Kawi Takamini.
Eke kene ko Kidani, ke kene ko Richards, amena elele o ke komike ho'ona awau. Ano ai me ke aloha. My name is Kaui Kawuchi Takamine. I live in Waimea on the Big Island of Hawaii. I strongly support Bill 2683 relating to access to learning due to its immense support of the continued success of the laboratory schools under the Hawaiian Language College. The erasure of the sunset date of this bill, the exemption of all laboratory schools of the Hawaiian Language College from state English medium standards, assessments, performance ratings, and so on, is beneficial to the performance of these programs. It is because of the uniqueness of the education at these schools that Act 46 will no longer serve a beneficial purpose if there is a sunset date. The impact on these schools will be negative. This is the reason why I strongly urge you to support this bill. Your support will ensure that these schools will continue to provide quality education in the language of Hawaii. Mahalo nui no ka'o ko ho'olohe ana mai. Thank you for your consideration.
Thank you, Kawi. Members, questions? Very much appreciate your testimony. Thank you. Solomon Makana Keli'ikuli.
O mai kako e Senator Kidani me Senator Richards.
Hello.
O makana kili kuli ko ino no puna Hawaii mai au. I am here to show my strong support for Bill 2683 that repairs a sunset date for the expiration of the exemption of laboratory school programs of the Hawaiian Language College at the University of Hawaii under Hilo. I am the last of 5 children who graduated from Punana o Hilo, and I am currently a junior in Kekuloa Navahio Kalaniapu. Being that I am a graduate of Punaleo Hilo, and in Navajo Kalanipu, I feel that this measure will ensure the continuation of the Hawaiian language and the Hawaiian language program for future generations. I would like for future generations to have the similar opportunities and experiences that I've had. Just last week, I had the opportunity to come visit the National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration and spend a few weeks learning more about the marine biology, oceanography, and issues concerning our atmosphere. This is one of the many opportunities that has been presented to me through my school, which would not be possible without their support. Again, I strongly support Bill 2683 because I want to ensure that the future generations have the same benefits that I have. Mahalo.
Thank you very much, Solomon. Members, questions? Thank you. Next to testify, Kamale Kalehuawehe. Aloha.
Aloha, Kenekwa Kidani, Kenekwa Richards, mahalo nui for this opportunity to give testimony on House Bill 2683. My name is Kamale Kuipo Kalani Kalehuawehe, and I'm a proud parent of the Punana o Hilo and a teacher at Kekulo Navajo Kalani o Pu'u. Both Punana Leo and Navahi are laboratory schools of Kakaula College of Hawaiian Language. I have been an educator at Kekulo Navajo Kalani o Pu'u for 7 years now and have witnessed firsthand the value and positive impacts of Olelo Hawai'i on the lives of students and ohana alike. Now, as a parent of a child attending Punana Leo o Hilo, I have immense responsibility to ensure that my child is educated within a highly qualified and deeply rooted Hawaiian medium education program. I support this bill, which seeks to repeal the sunset date for the exemption of laboratory schools from state English medium standards, assessments, performance ratings, staff qualifications, and staff training requirements that were established by Act 46 in 2020. I am not against assessments and training, but I do oppose the requirements of Hawaiian medium schools to follow English medium standards and assessments, which have little to no relevance to the education delivered within our schools. I instead support Hawaiian medium education programs' access and usage of rigorous Hawaiian medium measures and guidelines that align with the educational philosophies in which it was founded. I urge you to support this bill in order to ensure that schools like Punana Leo and Navahi continue to provide quality education through Olelo Hawai'i, and that Hawaiian-focused assessments and standards are created to support the mission and vision of these schools. Mahalo nui.
Mahalo, Kamale. Is there questions?
Yeah,
Questions,
I do have a
Kamale?
question. Come on back. Okay, that was my question coming for the students, and you just answered it. You're not object to assessment, just not in a standard that really doesn't fit.
Exactly. I cut off a whole bunch of mines, but if the assessments don't align to the way that we're educating our students, we're setting up our children to fail within these assessments. And I feel that it's unfair to measure their intelligence through an assessment which is irrelevant to the way they are educated. So yes, we are not opposed to assessments. Assessments is needed within schools, but we are opposed to English medium assessments that do not align with our education within our schools.
Yeah, and that's actually something that's been well known for 50
Many
years.
years, yes.
Yeah, so, and I've run into that before, but that's why I was looking for an answer. Do you have thoughts on how this assessment should be put together? And I don't want to take a lot of
No, I would love to answer that. So I've been working at Navahi for 7 years. I do recognize that a lot of the Hawaiian medium schools are a little bit different in what they focus on. So I feel that creating one assessment that addresses all schools may not be 100% appropriate. But pulling from within the schools and having teachers be a part of creating these assessments that align with the way that we're teaching is probably the best way to go, as opposed to having someone outside of our program come in and tell us, okay, we're going to use this assessment and this is how we're going to measure the fluency of reading in such and such and such standards. So I believe that creating within for our program would probably be the best option.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chair, I don't want to take any more time. I'd like to further this conversation because
Absolutely.
I'm concerned about assessment, and I want to make sure we don't leave our kids behind.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
Got another comment. Her, I know.
Him, I know. No, mahalo for your question, because.
Just your name
My
again.
name again, Aloha Kako, Ka'iu Kimura with the College of Hawaiian Language at UH Hilo. Mahalo for your question because like our kumu here mentioned, assessments it is a part of the rigor that we put our teachers and our students through. It's more the mode and the structure of that assessment that will accurately measure the progress or non-progress of our students and our teachers as well. So for years, our faculty at the College of Hawaiian Language, in partnership with Ahapuna Leo and our laboratory schools, including Nawahi, have been working on strategies and methods to assess the progress of students throughout the year. So it's not just done once or twice even. It's done throughout the year to measure where they are, whether it's literacy, mathematics, leadership. There's many different layers to the rubrics of measuring the progress of our students. And so I'd be happy to have a fuller conversation with you and others interested on that specific assessment tool that we deploy in our schools.
Okay, so Chair, I don't want to pursue this because this isn't actually germane to the decision of what we're talking about here, but it's a reason why we want to get rid of this provision. So can you stop by my office, set up a talk story? Okay.
In addition, I do want to mention too, Act 46, this is also seeking to align with Act 46, which the implementation plan that was created to implement the measures in Act 46 actually states that as a priority to ensure the perpetual exemption for Hawaiian medium education from the English medium standards and assessments. So we're also seeking through this bill to align to that implementation plan in Act 46.
We need to measure, but we've got to use the right measuring
Correct.
stick.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Do
thank
you
you, Chair.
guys have that measurement or assessment? Do you have a form of it already?
We do.
We do,
That's
yes.
being deployed
I would
to our
like to be
laboratory.
involved in the conversation. And
That'd be
if
great.
you would please bring the assessment with you.
Ken.
Chair,
you.
I'll have my office set up, we can talk story.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Mahalo
you.
nui.
Mahalo nui for your time.
Further testimony on this matter? Thank you. Recess. Aloha, reconvening the Committee on Education for decision-making on the first one, House Bill 2242. We are going to defer this measure as there was no one here from McKinley Community School to discuss the issue with us. On House Bill 2074, my recommendation is to pass with amendments. And the amendments would be to insert 13 positions, 3 full-time equivalent curriculum specialists, 2, and 10 full-time equivalent classroom teacher positions in this measure. For House Bill, you want to vote as we go along? All righty, Madam Vice Chair. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so House Bill 2074, House Draft 2 to amend, to pass with amendments. The chair votes aye, vice chair votes aye. Senator Hashimoto.
Aye.
Senator Richards.
Aye.
Senator Favela.
Aye.
5 ayes, recommendations adopted, Madam Chair.
Thank you. For House Bill 1903, recommendation is to pass with amendments, and are we defecting the date on this, Lisa? Defecting the date to July 1, 2050.
Okay, House Bill 1903, passed with amendments. Chair votes aye, vice chair votes aye. Anyone on the members voting with reservations? Anyone voting no? Hearing none, all 5 members in the affirmative. Recommendations adopted.
Thank you. For House Bill 2620 HD2 relating to the Department of Education, which exempts Department of Education for certain purchases of local edible produce. Recommendation is to pass with amendments which are technical and non-substantive. Chair votes aye.
Okay, that's 2620 with amendments. Any member voting no, any member voting with reservations? Hearing none, 5 members present, all voting aye. Recommendations adopted.
Thank you. And the last item, House Bill 2683 HD1 relating to access to learning. Recommendation of the chair is to pass with amendments that are technical and non-substantive. Chair votes aye.
Okay, hearing the chair, pass with amendments. Any member voting no, any member with reservations? Hearing none, all 5 members in affirmative. Recommendations adopted.
Thank you, members. That concludes our hearing.